Good afternoon, good evening, whatever it is today. I don't know. It's been a while since I've done any footage, I guess, from the bike. The weather has not been real great to us here in Virginia, but it's starting to turn around now. So, I do get out the last week. I've been able to get out a little bit at lunch. And so tonight, I'm going to take off. It's about 5 o'clock. I'm going to ride for about an hour, then going to meet the wife, T, over at our favorite little pickup spot. Barbecue, wings, and beer over at Pokey Joe's down in Vinton, Virginia. So we've become pretty much Wednesday regulars there. We really enjoy it. So 68 degrees today. It was a little chilly at lunch when I went out, but it's 68 degrees today. And this afternoon anyway, it finally got nice, and the sun popped out. A little overcast at lunch today. So I'm going for a ride. T's still working, and we will catch up here in about an hour. All right, so figure we'll just chat for a little bit while I ride. Nothing super exciting today. But I'll talk about a few things that I've done recently. The nice thing about the cold weather is it's giving me a chance to get the bike in the shop and get some work done. And when I say that, I'm talking about the little lady, the 03 Dyna, which I'm on today. So, you know, when I got the bars done, I actually left off the turn signals up front. I just thought it looked cleaner. And then I realized one day that it wasn't really great. Didn't lose my mind when I made that decision. Maybe I should think about safety here, put the turn signals back. You know, I'm not a big fan of the big gaudy looking turn signals hanging off the handlebars on these bikes. So I didn't really want to put them on. Well, in my searching, I found something I thought would work, and they seem to be doing a great job. I love the way they look, and I didn't have to put those big ugly turn signals back on the handlebars. And Custom Dynamics sells these mirrors with the turn signals built in on the front and the back. So I picked those up in chrome, and the guys over at Roanoke Valley Harley, shout out to Adam over there, great resource for any info you need. He recommended, let's throw I guess I had to put a load equalizer on, because I ended up changing out the tail light and the rear light signal lights to LEDs. Because if you've ever had an older model Harley, you know that the lights were not exactly the brightest thing in the world. The previous owner before me put a LED headlight on, so I didn't need to do that. Not sure what brand, but it puts out a decent amount of light for this bike, considering the age and what it would be stock. And so when I added all the other LEDs, we put on a load equalizer, and it gave me some options for when I brake. And right now I'm kind of been playing with different signals. I didn't want it constantly blinking in my face, because the inside of the mirrors have a turn signal on them, and so every time I hit the brakes, they'll flash, and that's fine for a little bit. I've been playing with the different modes and riding a little bit, trying to decide what I'm going to stick with. And I think the one I got them set right now, I don't like as much. If I hold the brake down, they will flicker 3 times like a strobe, but they'll continuously flicker. And then it'll take a few second break, and then it'll flicker again, and it'll do this non-stop. There's no breaking point to it. So I said, well, that's not what I'm going for. So because it constantly blinks in my face, and I think there's an emergency vehicle coming up behind me, and I'm constantly looking, thinking I need to move over. So I think I'm going to end up, I found one mode I did like. It blinks 3 times, not strobe, just blinks 3 times, and then it goes to solid. So I'm pretty sure that's what I'm going to end up changing it back to when I pull the seat off later on, probably this week, and I'll reset it back to that. Other subtle things I've done here. I am running a Memphis shades. I believe it's the Del Rey windshield. I'm running it right now just because it's been cold. The intention is it will not be on here in the next month because I do not want it on this bike. I wanted to keep this bike classic without the windshield, but it does make a nice difference when it's 35 degrees outside, and to have that little bit of protection. So it won't last forever, it won't be here forever, but for now it's going to be on here and for about another month until the winter is pretty much gone. We've got some pretty good weather right now for the next few days. Then next week's going to get cold again, so there was a big old bump. I picked up a pair of Viking bags because I'm thinking about taking a little, maybe 1 or 2 night trip on this bike. I don't need a lot of space. I'll strap a bag down to the sissy bar, but I picked up a pair of Viking saddlebags so I can kind of maybe throw a rain suit in there, drink or something for the trip. And so that's really one of the reasons I got them. I don't have them on yet. I will not run them all the time around town. I say that, and I'm liable to get hooked on them because I'm used to bags on the Road Glide. And there are times that I wish I had bags on this bike, but again, attention with that is temporarily use it for when I need it, not to use it as an everyday thing, but we'll see where that goes. I had originally picked up the Thrashing bags. Really nice bags, great quality, love the Thrashing stuff, I really do. But I said, you know what, these Viking bags look pretty nice and they're significantly cheaper, so let's pick them up and compare. And I was quite impressed with the Viking bags for the price. So when I throw them on, I'll do a little review on them after I get them on and kind of use them a little bit. But shout out to Thrashing. They make a very, very nice product, no doubt. But if you want to save a little money, I say, well, for as little as I'm going to use those bags, I'm going to save a little money and I'm going to go with the Vikings now. So I sent the Thrashing back. In the midst of all that, I picked up a Viking sissy bar bag. It's for this specifically to be used on this bike, and it is the Dagger, I think it's Dagger is how they pronounce it. And it comes with an extra bag on top, which would be great for camera gear and toiletries and all that. And I'll do a review on it after I use it on a trip here soon. And kind of give you a real trip review, not just a, hey, it showed up at my doorstep. I love the quality. I can get a lot of crap in it. It looks great. The true way to test a travel bag on a motorcycle is on the road, because when you're on the road for a few days, that's where you discover the good and the bad. And I have done that. The El Sandoval bag is a great bag. There are some negative drawbacks. You've got to pack the stuff you need for the next day at one end or the other. And it can be a little tedious as you're on the road for a while until you get around to doing laundry and whatnot. I will say the one thing I've been disappointed with on the Zero Sandoval bag was I got that bag about a year or so ago, and I never used the shoulder straps. And whatever reason, I guess it didn't come with the bottom attachments that clasp onto the actual bag. And they weren't attached to it. And I guess I just never knew, because I never really intended to use it as a backpack, to be quite honest. My intentions was always to just grab it by the handle and carry it into a hotel, right? Or in some cases on the long trips to Sturgis, I had that and helmets and extra jackets. Camera gear, I'd just get a luggage rack or a luggage cart at the hotel and push it in, and that's what we did most days. So, I called Ciro about it and I said, hey, you know, I want to buy replacement straps at the bottom, just the little pieces. One piece is material that goes through the hook. The other piece is a clip, just a plastic D-clip looking thing that clips onto the bottom of the bag, to the strap at the bottom. And they were like, well, they acted like I was crazy. You know, they acted like, well, what do you mean? That should have never come off. And I'm like, buddy, let me send you some pics. I'm going to show you. It's real easy to get a piece of material out of there, or in my case, it never came with it, I guess, because I've never seen them. And now, you know what? I was willing to pay the price to get replacements, whatever the case may be. I didn't notice it a year ago, so being an honest person that I am, I wasn't going to raise a big crap fit over it, and I was willing to buy the replacement pieces, and they didn't have them. I was disappointed. It's like anything. If you're going to make something, there ought to be some replacement parts, because sometimes things break, and the warranties run out after a year, so what are you going to do? There's a review video I'm going to have doing here pretty soon, probably in the next few days. I'll hopefully get around to it. But about 2 months ago, I put on the ODI Vans grips. And I originally had bought the black ones, or had been given the black ones as a gift, because that's what I had asked for. My mom and dad went out and picked them up. They're great. They're awesome. They were black, but the silver on them were more of a flat anodized silver looking and not a chrome, and I'm trying to keep that chrome look in that area. So what I ended up doing was I picked up a pair of the light brown gumball looking, the gum ones. They look like the bottom of the Vans shoe color. I picked those up, and they got a little checkerboard on the inside, and anybody that knows me knows I wear a lot of Vans and I love the checkerboard. It's just my thing. I love these grips. I've been running them for about 2 months. I ride this bike a lot lately, other than that little time off from the weather. And I gotta say, they are super comfortable. They're grippy. They're tacky. You know, I can run them with or without gloves, and I don't have any grip related issues. And I'll be honest, they just look cool. I mean, they look killer on this bike, because this has that 100th anniversary paint job that has that little gold trim through here, and along with the two-tone black and silver, and this it almost kind of goes along with that kind of goldish looking color. So I like it, and I'm really impressed with them, to the point that I am possibly going to replace the ones on my Road Glide, possibly going to replace them and put the darker gumball color brown on that bike, because I've got some accents that kind of go along with that color on that bike. So there's a good chance that I'm going to strip them off. And for the cost, if I put them on and I just don't like them on the Road Glide, you know what? I'm going to send them back. It's not the end of the world. But I run the Chicane by Ciro 3D. I've got all the pedals. You saw the video. I did a thing on that last year before we went to Sturgis as well. Love those grips. They are amazing grips. They're very comfortable. You know, I put probably 7,000 or 8,000 miles on those grips last summer into the fall, and never had a problem. But these grips are just as good on this bike, and I like the look of them, to the point where, you know, I might change it up. Might put them on there. If you've got an opinion on either one, put your comments down in the bottom. Let me know what you think. Should I change them out on the Road Glide, or should I leave them like they are and kind of keep the Dyna grips completely independent and not have them look alike? I've got mixed feelings on it myself. As the head road captain now for the Roanoke Valley Hog chapter here in Roanoke, Virginia, I actually have a ride plan coming up that is this Saturday. So if you're in the Roanoke area and I get this video up in time and you want to come out, we do accept guests. You just got to sign a waiver when you get there. So you'll see me, you'll sign that waiver, we'll get you to sign up, sign the sign-in sheet so we know who you are. And but you're welcome to come out and ride with us. This weekend I'm going to take us kind of a back way, close to 200 miles Saturday day, and we're going to take the long way around, run out through Gretna and Chatham from Roanoke, and head over to a place in Martinsville, Virginia called the Checkered Pig Barbecue. Really good place. We got a lot of rides coming up. I'll be chronicling them here on the channel. You guys check it out. If you're in Roanoke, hit me up, send a message here. You can look me up on Instagram. It is M. Brookman Jr., Jr., MBROOKMAN JR on Instagram. So feel free to follow us out there. And come on out. Say hi. Let's meet up. Let's ride. Here in Roanoke, the Roanoke Valley Harley-Davidson, a friend of mine that works there, marketing guy, all that. His name's Alan Ward. He has really worked real hard over there. He's running a lot of cool events. Follow them. Follow the page on Instagram and Facebook, and come on out to the events, man. We got a lot of stuff. He's got a lot of stuff planned. We're planning to be there to support him a lot. And you know, sorry, there I had a big blind curve. I don't know this road too well. I'm just kind of out exploring. But so yeah, we're going to support him. But he's got a cool thing starting on April the 9th. And it is going to be an every Thursday night bike night, 5:30 to 7:30 at Bubba's 33 restaurant, which is out at Valley View Mall here in Roanoke. And there'll be special bike parking. There'll be some discounted food. And should be a good time. I think he's got some other things lined up. He just posted a flyer out on the Facebook page and Instagram page today. So if you go out and follow Roanoke Valley Harley-Davidson, you can read all the details there. But we in Roanoke have not had a bike night on a regular basis. We might have one or two a year and that kind of thing, and they always have good turnouts. Him putting this together in conjunction, working with a restaurant like Bubba's 33, which is really good restaurant here in the valley. Some of you may have heard of them. They are all over the place. But for those guys to work with them and get this set up and whatnot, I think it's going to be a great event. It's going to be kind of a one-of-a-kind, something Roanoke area hasn't had. If they have had it, they haven't had it, to my knowledge, in the last 15 to 20 years. Should be a great time. Come on out. Some days I'll be on the Dyna, and some days I'm going to be on the Road Glide. And just, you know, look us up and come on out and meet us, and let's ride, man. We like to ride. We like to ride with all kinds of people and whatnot, and we just like to have a good time. And so if you get a chance, come on out. Hey, one thing I want to mention here, being down here in Virginia, is there's some guys rolling throttle out on YouTube. They put on, I guess this will be the third, maybe fourth year that they're going to run a summer event called Mob in the Mountains. And I watched their content about a month and a half ago and liked it so much and loved the fact that they just go out. It's a riding rally. They go to a campground that you can camp at. You can get a cabin and that kind of thing, whatever you want. They got it all. And I decided that I want to do it this year. I think me and Tina will have a good time, and I think it'd be a great time. So I have booked my reservation for Mob in the Mountains in West Virginia. It's in June. I don't remember the dates right now while I'm driving, but we're going to be up there. So if any of you guys from Rolling Throttle, or any of you guys from Virginia that I know that I've seen on the videos that have gone up to this, you're in the area, hit me up. Let's get together. Let's meet each other. Maybe we can ride together up to Mob in the Mountains before we get there. And we got a lot of time between now and then. We can definitely get some rides in. So hit us up. It's been great. It's been real. I'm heading to dinner. Going to get me some wings and maybe some beer. And the weather's great. And I'm so over this winter. This is awesome to see the sun and the warmth. So we'll see you on the other side.